Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Corona. Although, as you'll know, if you watch up to this point, we're not actually cooking with Corona, we are in fact cooking in a state of lockdown, or semi-lockdown. That is, of course, unless you are doing this whilst suffering from COVID-19, in which case I suppose you are in fact cooking with Corona in both respects of the connotations that appear within that sentence. Now, having said that, we're not really even cooking today, we are in fact brewing. I believe this is the first drink that I've made within this series. It's not really, I tried to make a banana milkshake that failed, but to all intents and purposes the first drink that you'll see. Now, it's the lovely hot toddy, because I'm very cold, having come back from doing a little bit of Christmas shopping and food shopping. How brilliant it was of me to dress in my pyjamas, make me even colder. No, I thought, nice hot toddy. You can use any tea for this. Being British, of course, I shall use Earl Grey. Because it's Christmas time, I've got... it's not a Christmas drink per se, but it's good as a kind of... Because it uses citrus fruit and ginger and all the rest of it, it's very reminiscent of Christmas, and so I'll make it now, and also to warm me up. Get a teapot, first of all. This kind. Well, not necessarily that kind, any kind, really. You could do it in a jug, but because I can brew my tea in this, I shall do it in this. So, here is a potato peeler and a nice clementine. And I shall just peel it back once. Having got this small piece of orange rind, take a lemon and juice it out. Nice. So, the juice of 2 little lemons then. Put that in the teapot. Probably supposed to do it in the cup, but never mind. The little bit of pulp, put that in. Ginger next. Grate some ginger. Not too much, not too little. In that goes. Now, usually you have whiskey, often bourbon. Being part Scottish, I of course prefer grouse, but rather stupidly I didn't seem able to open the bottle. So I shall use rum for a change. This is spiced rum, Captain Morgan. One fluid ounce. Next up, honey. 2 tablespoons, I think. Oh, not runny as I'd hoped, but still. Probably melt in the water. Right, and now Earl Grey. About a tablespoonful, I suppose. There. I'll bung in 2 cloves for fun. Now, I've just boiled some water. And into this, I shall put... Now I'll give it a good stir, first of all, like so. Now I'll just put this in, very gently. And I'm going to cover it for about 5 minutes, and then I'll taste it. Now get this little glass that I inherited from my grandmother. I know it looks like a little mini beer glass. You can use an ordinary cup or mug as you would for a tea product, but as it's slightly beveragey, I'm going to use this. I shouldn't ordinarily need a tea strainer, but it seems that I do. It's floating all over the place. I don't think I've used it entirely correctly. And here we go. I put the little spoon in, as you can see, so that it wouldn't crack when the boiling water went in. Let's give it a little taste. Delicious. I have colds almost always, every single Christmas. I may have something worse this year, what with COVID, I hope not. Touch wood. But if I did have a cold, I'd be grateful for something like this when I got home. So, well, I could drink the whole pot right now. I shan't though, because though it does have alcohol in it, as I've said, and much diluted alcohol, but still. Besides which, I've got to move on to my food dish. So, we've done cooking with Corona, and, well, now we're drinking with Corona. So, ta-ta! Oh, hello again. Just a little bonus recipe coming up here. I said before that I couldn't get the whiskey bottle open and had to use rum instead. Well, now I have got the whiskey bottle open, or I've got a friend to do it for me. So, almost everything I did before is the same except that whiskey is in this teapot and I've used Yorkshire tea bags, 2 of them to be precise. So let's try it. Same glass, same spoon. This time I've put a little splint of cinnamon in there as well for extra flavour. That's an option as well. So, let's see. It's been brewing for 5 minutes like the last one did. So let's start pouring. It's more orange in colour, this one. I don't know whether that's because of the tea, because of the whiskey, or because of the cinnamon even, but still. Much better. So take the tea bags out sooner. This time I think I put more orange rind in there, but still, Yorkshire tea works well with it, whiskey works well with it. Here's another of it again, this time with Tetley tea, just 1 bag. A little more lemon than before, where it's 1 whole small lemon and half of a large one. But if it was Tetley tea this time, just 1 bag, then this time the beverage of choice has been Pimm's. Which makes a lot of sense when you consider that Pimm's, although a Pimm's is often associated with summertime, because you often have it with fruit floating on the top, it makes a lot of sense to have it this way. So, let's try the Pimm's based Tetley hot toddy. Didn't use a strainer this time, never mind. Nice! Tetley Pimm's works as well. This one is made from some lovely Fortnum & Mason's tea that I had. All it says is a combination of Chinese and Indian together. My cousin got it for me, so I made it especially for me to have in a flask. And the liquor of choice I used in it was brandy. A little higher in quantity because I had to make a large flask, like I said. But still, stronger than the others, but still tasty. Lovely. My cousin was amused when I described it as tasting like a posh lemsip. Today, got some green tea and sherry is the combination I'm using today. I'm not generally keen on green tea, I don't find it too flavoursome, but I've got 2 tea bags in there, 2 green tea bags. Same amount of sherry that I use for the others. Ooh, and I can smell it as well. This teapot has one of those filters in the same way, so we'll see how it works. Let's try this then. Oh, that's got a real kick to it. Maybe because it's a wine rather than a spirit, I can taste the sherry quite a lot. What I'll do with this one, I think, is remove the tea bags from it. And I'll come back to that teapot as and when I want it. Okay, it's some considerable time later, and I've decided to go with chamomile as my tea of choice today, and ginger wine as my choice of liquor, about this amount. This probably will pack a punch in the same way as the sherry. But we'll see. I'm fond of ginger, as you all know if you've been watching this series thus far. I also put powdered cloves in there because I couldn't seem to find the normal whole ones that I would normally use, but it doesn't seem to matter. Here we are then. Chamomile and ginger wine. Oh, and it's yellow, just like the first one was. Should have had the strainer, of course. Oh, it's lovely. Definitely got a kick in it. Should have maybe used the one lemon. Ah, that was nice. Well, I recommend you play around. I've got a mint tea up there as well. I'm reluctant to use it though, because if you've ever tried brushing your teeth and then had some orange juice afterwards, you'll know that, well, you'll be able to guess that lemon juice plus peppermint tea probably won't go well together. I might risk it, I might not. In any case, play around with the flavours when you've got them. And have fun with those flavours and have fun with the experiment. Ta-ta again. Now, usually you have whiskey, often bourbon. Being part Scottish, I of course prefer grouse, but take this quaint little glass that I inherited from my grandmother. Now that 5 minutes has indeed passed, I'll just take this. There's the tea strainer. Much stronger flavour there. I'm going to take, I think, the tea bag, one tea bag out and see what it's like after that. Put in some extra honey.